Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to our channel. We're actually going to head back to the Epic Universe Preview Center. I figure we can kind of get a better, really clear, in-depth view of the actual park through the model, check out the AR stuff, and see if there's anything new. They are going to be announcing all the stuff coming for Dark Universe today at some point, hopefully this morning. So I'll be posting that in a separate video, but let's go ahead and check out this model again and see what little details we can find. I'm going to start right at the front entrance of the park. This is the Kronos. You can see it off in the distance there. That leads into Celestial Park. Lots of cascading waterfalls. There's going to be a carousel, a Super Nintendo store, a main store like the other two parks already have, a big water feature, and then all the way in the back there you can see the Grand Helios Hotel. If you do pull up the AR on any device, you can actually see that they've kind of simulated guests walking around the entrance of the park, the Kronos there, and the different lights coming from the different worlds and different lands in that celestial park. The details are just amazing in this model. You can again see the Kronos there with each medallion from the 4 different worlds that are going to be in Epic Universe, and we'll go through each world now and see what cool AR things are there and see what other parts of the attractions we can see. But as you walk in, you walk under the Kronos through the main entrance into Celestial Park. You can see the big coaster off in the distance there, which we'll get a closer look at along on the other side of How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic in the back. Once again, the Grand Helios Hotel. And then on the left-hand side is Dark Universe, which again, they should be announcing today, and Super Nintendo World. If we head over to How to Train Your Dragon, you pull up the AR. You can actually do the show, the Untrainable Dragon. It'll actually show you parts of the stage and what the show is going to look like once it does open next year in 2025. And you can do this yourself. You just got to download the Epic Universe Preview Center app and just allow the camera on your phone or tablet. That way you can see what's coming and see these really cool little features. You can get a glimpse of the boat ride there. It's going to be very similar to the Battle of Bricksburg in Legoland. It's a slow-moving boat ride with water cannons on either side of the boat. They're going to be able to hit targets as well as the other boats, and as well as, I'm guessing, probably guests on the land shooting at you, as you can actually squirt water at them as well. Right in the middle of How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, is the Mead Hall. We'll go over there and check that out in a second. In the back is the flying attraction, and then the queue and setup for the roller coaster here in this land. It's going to be one of the largest lands. What's really cool is you can see the portal. There is a medallion with Toothless on it. That's going to lead you into this world with an amazing view of the bay and the Mead Hall. We'll go around the corner here and check out the rest of the AR stuff in this land in just a second. So here's a view of the AR from the middle of How to Train Your Dragon. You can see the Mead Hall there and what it will look like on the inside. You see the Dragon Racers roller coaster. So if you use the AR in the middle of How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, you can actually see the Mead Hall there and see kind of what it'll look like inside. It's going to be a pretty large sit-down quick service style restaurant. And then if you take a closer look at the model, you can see Hiccup's Wing Gliders, which is going to be the coaster that winds its way through the park under the lagoon in the middle and all the way to the front where the portal is. And then Dragonflyer is there as well. All the way in the back there, it'll actually be towards the entrance of How to Train Your Dragon, is the Vikings training camp. It's going to be a full interactive playground with water features for the kids. There's going to be really cool designs and playgrounds and slides and splash areas that you can see. Again, you can get a different angle of the boat ride there as well. And then on the back side of the park is that entrance and exit to the Untrainable Dragon show that will be there. They also said there will be meet and greets with Toothless and Hiccup, along with other interactive elements. The top area in front of the Mead Hall right up here is actually covered in little dragon houses. There's going to be animatronic dragon tails and heads sticking out of those. The entire world, entire land is going to be moving and interactive, and the details are just going to be outstanding. And this is just the first world that you can experience here at Epic Universe. Wrapping around How to Train a Dragon, but the entrance will actually be in Celestial Park, is the Stardust Racers dueling roller coaster here. Again, you can pull up the AR and see the coasters dueling on the track, as well as what the concept of the vehicles are going to look like. It's going to go upside down a few times. It's going to be a pretty large track. And the center will be the launch system and load station. You get a different angle at the entrance to Celestial Park there, which will have restaurants, shops, a Mario store, the entrance and exit to the park. And then again, the carousel is actually going to be underneath that glass dome right in front of the big water feature. Before we check out Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic, if you look all the way across, you can actually get pretty decent views of the entrance portals to Dark Universe and Super Nintendo World. On top of Super Nintendo World, there is a mushroom, a cloud, and a star at the very top. It's actually be kind of cool because once you go into Super Nintendo World, you're actually going to be going up an escalator to a second level. As you exit Peach's castle, you'll be able to look over the entire area, just like in Japan, in Tokyo, that they have there, unlike Hollywood, where it's all one level. And then in the back is going to be Donkey Kong World, Donkey Kong Country. We'll head back there and we'll check out the details of that land in just a minute. But let's check out Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic first. If you do pull up the AR for the Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic section, you can see owls flying around and nargles flying around. You can see that circus tent right in the middle from the Fantastic Beasts series. It's going to be very detailed, just like Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, but probably even more so. The attraction here is a pretty large attraction where you're going to follow Harry Potter through the Ministry of Magic. They haven't released any details about this. This will probably be the next announcement after Dark Universe today. But they are also already talking about expanding this world to include the Great Hall dining experience where they would transport you to Hogwarts where you can actually eat in the Great Hall. You're probably going to travel through Floo Platter to get from this area based on the Paris parts of Fantastic Beasts to get to the Ministry of Magic that is in the Harry Potter series. But if you really look at that show building for the attraction, it is massive. So it is very cool to see what is going to be coming into this building eventually. Like I said, if you pull it up on the AR now, all it does say is coming soon because they haven't officially announced what the ride is going to be. Of course, there's always rumors and everything else, but you'll never know until it actually gets announced officially. The portal for Harry Potter and the Ministry of Magic is a wand, a hand holding a wand. It looks like it is the Elder Wand. And then you'll enter through, like I said, Paris into that area from Fantastic Beasts, but then be transported from the Fantastic Beasts world to the Harry Potter world and head to the Ministry of Magic. The circus itself is most likely going to be some sort of stage show. If you go into a building to see that, that's one thing. It's not officially announced, but I'm sure it's going to be some kind of circus show. And then you'll head to the left to head to the main attraction and head to the right to get to shops and other exclusive things for this land. Back of the park, you do have the Grand Helios Hotel. It's rumored that you're actually going to be staying in the hotel. You can just walk into the park of Epic Universe. There's no tickets. You're already in the park. You're living in the park. You're staying in the park. It's going to be an amazing experience for our guests that come and stay here and be able to just wake up, walk out of the hotel, and be in the middle of Celestial Park, unlike any other theme park. And then next to that is going to be the Dark Universe section. They actually just announced all the details for Dark Universe today. There is going to be an area up towards the front where you're going to be able to get full makeup and costumes and go explore the world as a monster. You're going to be able to meet Frankenstein. You're going to be able to meet the Bride of Frankenstein. You're going to be able to meet other characters. Roaming through the Romanian village, there's going to be a steakhouse located in Dark Universe as well, all based on Dracula and that whole lore. In the very back, you are going to have the Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster. It is a spinning family roller coaster with multiple launches that you go past the gypsy. She informs you that you do have the curse, and it sends you out on this epic adventure through the woods where you actually go into the middle of this barn right in the middle of the track, and there are going to be physical animatronic werewolves in the barn attacking you as you relaunch through the rest of the track. The Burning Mill Tavern is going to be a small speakeasy bar area where they're actually going to have monster hunters telling tales and explaining stories and cool, really really cool things in there as well. And then, of course, the main attraction of this entire world is Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment. The queue will be located inside the Dark Manor castle there, Frankenstein's castle, where Dr. Frankenstein's great 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 granddaughter has taken control and captured all the Universal monsters to harness their power and control them to bring back Frankenstein. But Dracula has other plans where you go on this crazy, amazing adventure with animatronics of all the Universal monsters. It's going to be scary. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be thrilling. It's a way of conquering your fear in this world. And the amazing details that are going to be put into this attraction and the queue itself. If you look down in the queue, you can just see little statues and little trinkets here and there, the electrical wires running up. And they also said that the portal is going to be pulsing with electricity, and you're going to be able to see and feel that pulse through the entire area of Dark Universe, which is going to be absolutely amazing. You see that Super Nintendo world back there with Peach's Castle and the blocks, the question mark blocks, and the Yoshi ride and everything, just like they do have in Japan and in Hollywood. And the back area here is that Donkey Kong coaster where it does appear that your car is going to be jumping over tracks and spikes, and just like the game, there's actually they announced there's going to be no screens at all as well on that attraction, and how big the Mario Kart attraction is there in the middle. And if you do pull up the AR, you can see Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge with Rainbow Road there and the cars going around the track. It's going to be an amazing park, and I can't wait to explore it more in 2025 when it does open.